This is When Geeks Collide with your host, Logan Savage and Steve Brown.
This is Arnold Schwarzenegger. You might know me from such films as Terminator or Conan. When I'm not chasing around the maid and trying to get laid, I'm listening to When Geeks Collide. Welcome back to the podcast.
When Geeks Collide.
That's right. I'm Logan Savage.
I'm Steve Brown.
And today we have a guest.
Yep. An emerging young artist. He has his own company, Hydra Studios, named Brandon Carrier.
Hi.
Say hello. Come on, talk.
Hi, I'm Brandon Carrier. I'm the co-founder of Hydra Studios. And basically what the company is about is anything you can think of to do with art, we do.
Nice.
From movies to sound editing to voice dubs to just plain graphic design to, well, you name it.
Cool.
Anything with art, we'll do.
And well, what's that website?
It's Hydra Studios. You can find us on Facebook.
So just Facebook.
Yeah.
Hydra Studios.
You have a
Awesome.
Twitter? Any of those?
Yes, you can find us on Twitter at Hydra as well.
All
So
right,
just
cool.
at Hydra?
Yeah.
There you go. Simple.
Nice.
Here
All
it
right.
is.
Well, Brandon's going to be with us today during our conversation. The conversation this week is summer movies.
Blockbusters.
The big blockbusters. That's what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
I love how we're having a conversation, but we're all staring at the
The
recording
thing.
device
Yeah, it's like
while
it's,
recording. You know?
It's like it's a third person.
Oh, hi, Mr. Black Thing. Anyways, we're going to talk about current, upcoming summer movies, current, and some from the past, you know? Some
yeah, we'll get to some
major,
past stuff.
Major
Some nostalgics.
letdowns, some that you were like, hey, can't wait till this comes out. Then you're like,
That was a piece of
"Ugh."
shit.
Yeah. Piece of shit.
Yeah, the ones that didn't live up to the hype.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Basically, what the fuck did you do, buddy?
Yeah, and the reason for that is because this past week, Superman,
Yeah.
Man of Steel came
Man of
out,
Steel, the big,
and the big Zack Snyder
yeah, it's
directed,
a big
epic.
blockbuster
Yeah.
epic
and I'd
movie.
have to say that movie is, I couldn't tell you because I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
yet.
we all haven't seen it yet.
Let's hope
It's
it does
opening
better than
this
Superman
weekend.
Returns.
Yeah, so, oh my god, that gets into the disappointments of Superman Returns. There's gonna be a
Yeah.
little Superman Returns, whole lot of Green Lantern, and then
Oh my god. Okay, so let's talk about what has already come out. Iron Man
yeah.
came out, and I've seen that. You've seen that.
I've seen that.
Have you seen that,
Yes,
Brandon?
I have.
Okay, so let's talk
All
about
three.
that. That will basically kick off this summer.
Funny topic about Iron Man. One thing I found on the internet was saying how Robert Downey Jr., when in grade 6, he went up to a kid for reading a comic book. He ripped it out of his hands and tore it up. Can you guess what that comic book was?
It has to be
Iron
Iron Man.
Man.
Iron Man. Ironic.
Very
He
ironic.
should be ironic, man. How much money has he made off the Iron Man movies?
Oh my
and
god! I mean,
Avengers?
it totally brought his career right
Yeah,
back.
Yeah.
I remember in
Used to be
Wizard.
that alcoholic.
Yeah, in Wizard magazine they used to have the movies and who they think should play each character, and for Iron Man, I remember years ago it was Robert Downey Jr. and I remember talking with Darkstone, a local
friend of
wrestler
ours,
over
yeah.
here, a friend, about if they did an Iron Man movie, he'd be perfect. And he's saying Robert Downey Jr. He's an alcoholic. He's got the look. And then when they announced he was
And
going
a
to be it, I was like,
self-absorbed asshole.
yeah. I'm like,
Perfect.
Perfect. No,
He is
It was
Tony
perfect.
Stark.
fit the mold.
It was perfect casting, I think, and it really shined through in the first and second one. And
Yeah.
you're saying your view on the third one. I don't know. You're not digging it.
I liked it. It was a good movie. If I went, I'm not oh, that was awful, but
Yeah, it's no Green Lantern, that's for sure.
Yeah.
that was,
It's not that bad.
no, but it I don't know, it wasn't enough Iron Man. Little things they tweak, you know. I heard the director, he's wrote movies,
Yeah.
and he wrote Lethal Weapon stuff. And if
Yeah.
you look at his on IMDb, you go to his
page.
his profile
Yeah.
and movies he wrote, and I heard something he always does is base it around Christmas. The first
Okay.
Lethal Weapon took place at Christmas.
Yeah.
Iron Man takes place at Christmas. You know, and I can't remember right now.
So that bothers you.
But no, like it's like, why do you have to do that? And it's like,
yeah,
you know,
it's kind of dumb, but
why cast John Favreau in the movie, but not like.
But he's not in the whole movie.
Yeah.
It's just a small part. He's got a small part.
But I think he did
probably
good
couldn't-
directing the first
Yeah,
one.
and I think he's a producer on it too.
They need to give
Yeah.
him a cameo.
Yeah, well, he made himself a character that's actually in the comics and
Yeah.
stuff. So, but I just think the first Iron Man was awesome.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not a. We were talking earlier. I'm not an Iron Man fan. You
Yeah.
know, I think of Iron Man immediately. I think of the West Coast Avengers, which
Yeah.
I think is the worst superhero team of all time.
Yeah.
And we could talk about that another time.
Yeah. That's
But,
up for debate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that movie was so good. Action packed. Story was great. You know, and I remember hearing like the Mandarin wasn't in it,
Mhm.
and I'm like, who are you gonna get? The Ironmonger worked out being perfect.
Yeah.
You know, the terrorist organization was Ten Ring.
Yeah.
Like it was so good. And then the second one, you know, Iron Man doesn't really have villains.
Mickey Rourke.
Combine two villains.
Yeah.
Crimson Dynamo.
He's got a very
you
weak
know?
rogues
Gallery,
gallery
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, and what they did was fine with me, combining two
Yeah.
villains into
Which
one.
apparently they kind of did with the third one too.
Oh yeah.
Like because
yeah.
it turns out that
some
guy
people call me a
is
terrorist.
yeah like
I like to consider myself a teacher.
see I like the take on the Mandarin because before the movie came out on Netflix they have the old Iron Man cartoon. I'm watching and I'm like, this villain is really kind of like I
He's
said,
cheesy.
I never really read the comics,
Yeah.
so I'm just like,
No,
what
me
is
neither.
this guy? You
Me
know?
neither. I've seen like some of the cartoons and
Yeah.
and you know seen whatever.
Iron
but
Man co-starring the West Coast Avengers.
but yeah, the Mandarin's not a very strong character. I mean, he's no Joker. You know what I mean? He's no
Take away his suit.
no Lex Luthor.
What is he?
No
Magneto.
Playboy philanthropist.
Yeah, but I kind of like the take. I mean, but I also would have liked if he was the Mandarin, and he was a kick-ass character. I would have liked that too. But
Yeah.
I kind of liked what they did. They switched it up on you, and they had Guy Pearce
Yeah.
being the Mandarin, kind
Yeah.
of.
I liked his overall look too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The Guy Pearce character, I can't even remember his name now, but it was kind of like in Batman Begins, Liam Neeson was Deckard,
Mm-hmm.
but it turns out he was Raj Al Ghul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you know,
Same
so it was kind of the same
type of
thing. So I
twist.
kind of like that. I liked when like when you discover that the Mandarin's a fraud. He totally is like,
Yeah.
He reminded me of Keith Richards. He's just like, oh,
Yeah, he's a
hey.
bumbling idiot.
Yeah, you know,
yeah, drunk.
Yeah, he's like, you know, getting paid a lot of money. He's there with whores. And,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he blows a huge fart and he's like, I hope you're ready for me, girls.
you know.
Oh no, it was good.
Like I said, I don't think it's horrible, but to me,
What was your main reason for not liking it?
one reason it's the Iron Patriot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Like I said, I'm not too familiar with Iron Man, but I'm pretty sure that in the comics, the Iron Patriot is Norman Osborn. And I kind of think they threw that in because coming off the Avengers and stuff, but it just looks like Captain America was wearing.
But I think before Norman Osborn, it was
Was it? See, I don't know. Honestly, I'm.
no, I don't
Completely
think it was
ignorant when it
always
comes to Iron
no, I
Man
don't think it
comics.
was always Norman Osborn, but if like I liked the movie, I kind of agree with you on something else that you said previously to this conversation, which was how he's not really in the suit
Yeah.
all that much, you know?
It's like remote controlled now. It's like, why didn't you just do that to begin with?
Yeah, like you don't even have to be in the suit, then why be in the suit? You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
what's
Why
the
risk
point?
yourself,
Exactly.
risk your,
Not to mention the
your
army
well-being.
of Iron Mans that appear at the end of the movie. It's like, it's cool, but at the same time, it's like, Tony didn't build all of those in 1 year.
Well,
that's
they
what
do
they say.
show-
'Cause there's the part where she's like, "What is this? Mark 15?" He's like, "Yeah," and he
Yeah,
looks and it's like,
but it's like
40
40 something. Yeah,
That was kind of cool.
that just means he's not doing anything but making Iron Man suits. You know,
Yeah.
like his whole life is
like,
doing this
and
now.
you could tell like he's because of the after, in the movie they keep going, like, back in New York, talking about, the Avengers.
Yeah.
I guess he was doing suits for any possible kind of threat.
Yeah.
Because they even had the Hulkbuster,
The Hulkbuster.
Iron Man suit in there,
Yeah.
which was pretty.
Because this
pretty
takes
cool.
place
Which is-
after
yeah.
Avengers.
Which is odd though, because him and Banner got along the best in Avengers. So like.
Yeah.
Because basically they're both like on the same level of genius.
Yeah. He gets him. But what I liked about the movies is the part where he's not in the suit, when he's like in that little small town.
With the kid.
And
You know
he's
what?
interacting with the little kid and
I
the
did
people at
enjoy
the
that
bar.
stuff. I did enjoy.
I loved all that stuff. It brought it back to like movies from the past. You know what I mean? Where this guy is interacting with a kid, or you know what I mean? Like,
not to mention he even shows the kid like he had a bad relationship with his father. And, like things happen. Like
that tugged at the heartstrings a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
That's the point, right?
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it, but. Let's move on to something.
Wait, one more thing I have to say.
Yeah.
About Iron Man, of all the Marvel Studio movies, like I'm not talking about X-Men and those ones, like the ones that they call their cinematic universe, like
the Marvel.
Like the Avengers stuff. Worst after credit scene ever. Like I'm sorry, like
they're eating shawarma.
No,
that's
it's not.
the
No,
Avengers.
I'm talking
that
about
was cool.
In Iron Man 3 at the end.
Him
and he's
Bruce
sleeping.
Banners.
So he pretty much is telling us this movie is boring. Because he's telling the story of the movie.
It was a week after credit scene. It was just like, well, we got to have some kind of after credit thing.
Because
So
everyone's expecting it now.
Yeah. So let's
People
just
are
throw.
waiting until the end of the movies now just to see those.
Yeah.
And apparently, Mark Ruffalo and Robert Downey Jr. are really good friends. He probably was just visiting the set or whatever the case may be. But how did Iron Man 3 do? Did it do it?
Apparently it did really
good.
well in
It's
the box
doing really
office.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Avengers good, but
check it here. It's
I know it was like
worldwide. It did $1 billion.
Wow.
What? 1,199,000,000 and 1,199,000,000. $2,239.
You don't have to get down to the
That's
cents.
exactly the figure. And the domestic box office was about the domestic box office was about 400 million.
Yeah.
And international is 800 million.
That's incredible.
So
man.
not Avatar incredible though.
Oh, we're not talking about Avatar.
Well, that's not a
$6
summer
million.
movie. It's not a summer movie, so
that's the come. Like, I got a lot to say about.
Okay, hold that in. So what else are we looking at? What has
there
come
was
out?
Star Trek that
Oh
came
yes,
out.
that's
We already
right.
we touched on that last time.
On that, yeah.
I really liked that. I thought I enjoyed it.
Still need to see that.
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe was way better than the first one.
Way better than the first one.
We'll see with the whole nukes disarming, no nuclear warheads in America anymore, and then all of a sudden releasing the Zeus satellite. It was just like, holy crap. Something America would do.
That's the one thing in the movie though. I'm like just after they saved the day and everything, and it's like Cobra Commander should have yelled retreat as they were running, just like in the cartoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
But how come after no one's like, oh, it's gonna be a while to rebuild London? Like London's destroyed.
No, that was my main thing I didn't like about
It's
it.
gone.
Nobody even
Yeah,
mourned London. You know what I mean? It was just like
It reminds me of.
at least they didn't touch America.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it reminds me of the second Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
When the Silver Surfer does his thing in London.
In London.
And no one's like, oh, how are we gonna, it's just
Don't get me started with
whatever.
Fantastic Four, because one thing that really ticked me off about that is you have Johnny Blaze there. I mean, not Johnny Blaze. The Human Torch there. I can't think of the actor's name. Yeah, Johnny Storm.
Chris Evans, Captain America.
This is supposed to be the Marvel universe, so it's like all of a sudden he's Johnny, and then all of a sudden he's
Captain America.
It's like what's going on there?
They want you to forget about those.
I
Fantastic
think they're
Four
trying
movies.
to get back Fantastic Four.
It's like, what are they going to try and do?
Yeah.
Release it or remake it?
Yeah. Just a quick little thing to go back to the director of Iron Man.
Yeah.
Shane Black. Actually, I tried to click his profile and it didn't come up, so we're just gonna ignore that right now. Anyways,
Not important.
Yeah,
so
so
GI Joe. To me, G.I. Joe kicked off the summer. It came out in March, but you know.
yeah, it kind of did kick off.
And I wonder though what they added to it, because remember it was supposed to come out last
The Rock
summer.
and Bruce Willis.
Yeah. But
well,
like,
they're
they said they added
excuse-
more Channing Tatum, but
and 3D.
I barely saw him. It was mostly Bruce Willis.
Yeah, they transferred it into 3D or something like that, and they did more scenes with Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum.
Channing, I can't pronounce that name.
Yeah. Magic Mike.
Magic Mike, Mr. Magic Mike. He they liked his chemistry with The Rock,
Yeah.
so they wanted to
They did
do more
do
of that.
really good.
And for the record, they never show his body, so you know he will be resurrected for the third one. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah,
You know.
absolutely.
One
first
thing I really did like in G.I. Joe was Zartan. Like, the president,
Mhm.
I forget his name, who plays him, but
Oh, the
Yeah.
guy who plays Emotep in The Mummy.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's a wicked actor.
Yes, he is.
But the guy,
Underrated.
yes, but the guy who's, what's his name? Arnold Vaza.
Mm-hmm.
So you only get him for a second and you show the scene. I want to see more of him.
Of him.
But I liked the guy that
The
really is the
president?
president. He was kind of acting like
Oh,
how Arnold Vosloo was in the first
The
one.
dude who plays the governor in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. I still don't know. Something,
I don't know his
Well,
name.
that's another thing I noticed. After Pirates of the Caribbean started doing those little sequences at the end of the movies, I've been noticing every other movie is doing it.
Yeah,
now.
Pirates. You just
Pirates
first really started doing the
Yeah.
after credits stuff.
After credit stuff. Oh.
But yeah, I enjoyed Zartan's character in both movies. Like
Yeah.
the first one, like should have been way more Zartan.
Yes.
Now they kind of killed him off. So spoiler alert: the movie's been out for 3 months. Kiss my ass. You know? But you know,
Welcome back to When Geeks Collide, the spoiler edition.
but you know what?
Sorry, people.
You know what? Honestly, I thought Storm Shadow was dead in the first one, and he's there. So maybe they'll find a way to keep Zartan. No Deathstroke. That it was
Yeah.
kind of cool.
They jobbed him out.
I kind of see him going to do his own thing.
Yeah, just
how
like
he
in the
does
comic.
In the comic,
Or-
he goes from silver
Or
to
in
gold,
the cartoon,
you
whatever,
know?
yeah.
And so I look forward to the next one. I heard that we're going to bring the Baroness back.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, for a G.I. Joe movie, it's probably the best one, for sure. It's all we got right now.
Yeah.
But hopefully they make the next one better
The
and
first-
keep on getting better.
The first one was alright, but in my mind, it's like when I saw the whole, like, bio-powered suits, it's kind of like it's making them something they're not. Whereas when I look at the old original things, it's like they're strong just because that's what they are.
yeah, they made it
Not
too
because they had a
science
special
fiction.
suit
Yeah.
that made them
Too
jump
science
20 feet.
fiction based. Like you remember the guns were like, beep, 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 beep,
Yeah,
guns,
the
and then
laser.
like in the new movie,
They're like
they're guns.
bullets.
Yeah.
You know.
It was very gritty.
What it kind of reminds me of is the first Hulk, the Ang Lee Hulk.
Yeah.
And then they made the Incredible Hulk. It's like a sequel, but kind of like not really acknowledging everything
Yeah.
that happened.
Yeah, totally.
But letting you know, like.
Yeah, they did it within
we know.
the credits, the first credits.
There's
On the
another
Hulk
thing.
and in G.I. Joe, didn't they? In G.I. Joe, didn't they kind of show a little bit
Yeah.
in the first movie
Yeah.
in the credits?
Yeah, they kind of like at the end of the Nanomite Wars and
Yeah.
stuff like. Was in like a 3-day event. Like that happened.
It was
You
a
know what
big
I mean?
war, man.
But like,
Another thing we could talk about, the flop of the first Incredible Hulk movie.
oh my god, that
Worst comic book movie I've ever seen.
when we get to biggest disappointments,
Yeah.
we'll go to
But
that.
okay, so let's skip forward to what's coming out. I mean, we got Superman.
Yep,
The new Percy Jackson movie.
Superman's out. I don't know when that's coming out though. I don't
It's
think
supposed to be coming out this summer, I think.
Is it? I'm not sure.
What is this Percy Jackson?
Percy Jackson. It's
It's kind of
like
like
a
Harry
books.
Potter in a sense, like that kind of feel.
Oh, is that?
But it's like he's the son of Poseidon.
Yes,
and
yes,
he
I
goes
remember
to
the
a
first one.
It's like a school for children that are like sons and daughters of the gods.
Yeah,
And,
is
like,
that coming out this summer?
Yeah, it's supposed to be. I think it's called like Wrath. Wrath of the Olympus or something like that.
I wanted to check out the first one, but
It's actually not that bad.
There's so
I don't-
many
I don't
movies
like
like that
kind of
coming
stuff.
out.
I like that
What's
stuff,
his
and I
name?
like that movie. It was actually
I liked his name.
actually good.
The guy from Hamlet 2 in it, playing Hades. He did a perfect job, in my opinion.
Hamlet 2. That is sorry, I get off track. That is a movie we were going to talk about. Have you seen Hamlet 2?
No, I have not.
Oh my
that's
God.
that's
It
a
is
comedy,
the most
right?
It's
underrated
fucking
movie ever, I
hilarious.
think.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so good. But that's a
I've seen like clips of it, so I know it's funny. I definitely need to check it out.
Def to Smoochie's one we should talk about at one point.
Oh my god!
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's,
Yeah,
I've seen it. Oh yeah.
It's, it's a cock and balls.
People right now like, what's a cock and ball? Okay, I know what I want to talk about coming up.
Yeah.
The Wolverine.
Oh yes, the Wolverine. I'm
like-
pretty excited.
Wasn't
to
the
watch
origin
this.
supposed to be basically the Wolverine?
Yeah, but they fucked that up
They
so
fucked it
bad.
up big time. That is
It's
definitely
like,
on the fucked up list.
But you know what? I love Sabretooth in that.
Oh,
The
yeah.
take on Sabretooth.
The
just
saving
like,
grace of
yeah.
the movie.
Yeah,
Saber,
like
Sabretooth.
so good, man.
Yeah.
And like, well, let's put Gambit in for no fucking reason.
But wasn't
Yeah.
Saber in the
No
first
fucking
one with
reason at
long
all.
blonde hair?
Yeah, but see, that's
Yeah.
what's good about this one. It's just a guy with fucking,
Basically looks
he's
normal,
got a
just
buzz
with
cut.
long nails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could see maybe he.
And
as
he
his powers
runs more like an animal too.
Yeah, as his powers develop, maybe he got
can get
more beastly.
bigger and beastly. Yeah.
The-
They
all
do
the
that in the
X-Men
comics
movies-
too, like in those X-Men origin comic books.
Yeah.
Sabretooth is a normal looking dude,
Yeah.
jacked obviously,
Yeah.
with claws
Yeah.
and maybe fangs. But and then later on in the comic books he looks like Sabretooth, like this weirdo with a mane. you know?
Yeah, and like that fur thing on his neck.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
reminds me of. Have you ever seen the movie Little Monsters?
Yes.
What's the guy? He's like,
Skip or something like
He's
that.
like, never ever go to boys' staircase.
Yeah.
That reminds me. That's
You
a
know what
perfect-
happens when I get upset.
Yeah, that guy.
What the
Well,
hell
I
is
don't-
that?
I
What
don't-
happens when I get upset?
I don't remember this
No?
little monster.
Howie
Okay.
Mandel plays.
We're gonna have to talk about that movie one time
Yeah.
too. That would be like '80s.
So
classics.
are you looking
X-Men-
forward to this new Wolverine movie?
I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time, I feel like I'm gonna be disappointed.
Yeah.
Because I seen the trailer. Trailer looked awesome.
Yeah.
And you see that quick clip of Jean Grey. It's like, what the fuck are they gonna do now? They're like gonna end it. Like, is she gonna be alive? She got fucking stabbed by him.
Yeah.
Honestly, in the years we've known each other,
Yeah.
me and you, Logan Savage,
We have talked about
we
the
have
X-Men.
rewrote the X-Men movies so many times and how we would do it.
Oh
so
my
that
God.
I don't even get started on that.
Oh,
but
because that
X-Men
is a
First
whole
Class though was brilliant in my mind.
brilliant,
Brilliant,
but still
excellent movie,
still some holes.
but it fucks up. The universe is fucked up,
Yeah.
and it's not like okay, with the Marvel stuff you
I
had
think
like
they tried to go for a more realistic approach, kind of like Christopher Nolan did.
yeah, but they
Yeah.
kind of made it like I like how it was based in the 60s and stuff.
Yeah,
I
that
thought
was
Cuban
cool.
Missile Crisis, which is really cool.
but still not the original.
Yeah, like the
team.
first
They didn't keep to
team.
the original material.
You had
as
one
it-
guy that's actually in the original team in the fucking movie.
But it gives
Yeah.
you like a
And
better
Beast.
feel on what's going on with Magneto. Like his whole character, I love
Oh,
it.
Yeah.
yeah, I know. They really flush out the Magneto character.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I will admit, Magneto is fucking amazing.
They
in
could
that
have
movie.
saved though the dramatic.
Oh, when he's like,
When he's like,
oh,
"Nay!"
he always did,
I don't remember. what-
Sebastian Shaw kills his
Kevin
mom.
Bacon.
Oh, yes,
shoots the
yes.
mom.
So that part.
yeah.
Oh,
I love the
Oh,
opening.
it's so
I'm
cool.
gonna
And then
count
you
to
see
three,
the
and then
whole
you're gonna move the
room,
coin.
like
I love when
yeah.
he the caves the helmets in on the fucking.
yeah, that was awesome.
Although
thing.
when I was watching it, Kevin Bacon, he has a funny nose to begin with. The helmet, it just makes his nose look even more
like
funnier.
a pig nose.
It just
I like that concept too. I like the concept of Magneto getting the helmet from somewhere, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
you know what I mean? And
But
then at the end when he's Magneto at the end, like
Yeah, he
red
is.
suit, everything.
Even
Yeah.
the
And
helmet,
it looked
like the comic.
cheesy, like it would have been back
Yeah.
in the 60s
And-
comic.
Yeah.
And
But
that
that's
was
what I
one
like.
of the best after credits.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah.
the best, I think. Because, I mean, I marked out big time.
Yeah, I was
Not
like,
to mention the relationship between Charles and Magneto. You get to see like they really did care about each other. They respect each other on so many levels, but at the same time, disagreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how it is in the comic books.
I think too, you could have maybe did one more movie before turning Magneto fully like evil.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just to explore that relationship too. Another a part I love is when they're recruiting the team.
The team.
Yeah.
And they go to Wolverine.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
Fuck off.
It's like
Yeah.
Eric Lyncher, Charles Xavier.
He's not
it's
ready.
Like, fuck off. Okay.
Basically,
Awesome.
They walk
Yeah.
out. He's not ready yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so good. Because that way it's like Wolverine has been in everything, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. Wolverine is the X-Men.
That's another thing. Hugh
you know?
Jackman has literally become like what Robert Englund did for Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
He has become Wolverine.
He's
Yeah, he
I
is
watch
Wolverine.
him in other stuff and like, wow, Wolverine's
Wolverine is in this.
boxing with robots. That's
Yeah.
cool.
You don't hear,
That's cool, man.
I hear a
oh,
lot of
the
people refer
Prestige.
to
That's
him as
awesome.
Wolverine.
Prestige. That's badass. You got freaking Black Widow and Batman, and Wolverine, and Alfred. It's pretty cool. You know how they do this crossover film like that. That's awesome.
Well, I was really excited about the Wolverine when I knew Darren Aronofsky was
yes.
going to direct it.
Yeah.
I was super jacked about this movie.
Just
Same
imagine
here.
the movie that it would have been.
And I know that they kept the script
Yeah.
that he was working with, but just a little less excited for the movie now that they got a new director and everything.
What? Oh, we're gonna talk about more like next summer stuff too, right? I think we should do
Another thing.
because going to something I'm looking forward to. Days of the Future Past. I want to see how they're gonna incorporate First Class. It's like and like you know.
Here's
Yeah.
another thing.
Halle Berry, I can fucking live without. Like, fuck. Like, you know, whatever.
What?
She's older, she's good looking, but you know what? Like,
Yeah.
she fucking sucks. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
And every
They
extra
could just
movie,
get
I'm
a
like,
model in that
please
role
get-
anyways.
yeah. That's what they did with Mystique.
Yeah,
Let's
just put a
like,
model in
please
that role. It's
Kill
not.
Storm. Like, please.
Yeah.
Get her out of here.
Yeah, because Halle Berry, I mean, she doesn't do it for me. As,
Have you seen a picture of her as Storm for the new one?
No.
You know how Halle Berry has short hair? That's Storm. She got short hair. It's fucking white. She's
Yeah,
like my
but
grandma.
They've done that before in the comics. She's had every hairstyle under the
Never seen
sun,
the
so it
mohawk
doesn't
in
matter.
the
Yeah,
80s?
the
That
mohawk
was
is the
awesome.
coolest for me. And
Halle
when she had
Berry,
like the
Storm and Catwoman.
yeah. Oh my God,
Fuck
Catwoman.
Catwoman.
That's on the fucking the fucked up
Abomination
list.
list.
Yeah, just do not mention it.
That thou shalt not be named.
Yeah.
Another thing I'm looking forward to is the new Star Wars movies that Disney's apparently going to be making.
Yeah, but that's way into the future.
That's you know what though? I'm thinking about it's 2015. They want that. We're in 2013. How are you gonna get an awesome script and make this movie in this amount of time?
Apparently, the whole thing's supposed to be relaunched because if you look at how like the
Relaunching
original
it,
ones
that
were
would be
made,
horrible.
because apparently there is like 7 books that take place before even like the episode 1 happens. Basically, it goes back 10,000 years in the past, like because the.
But I hear that they're going to be doing the story continuing after the original 3.
That's what I heard too.
Yeah.
But I heard they're not just focusing on just trilogy. They're gonna do other stuff. Like they're gonna do
Because
animation
I heard they
stuff,
were
like-
going to do prequels as well, kind of like how Palpatine became Emperor to begin with, because basically
Oh,
Palpatine
we just
himself
saw
is
that.
supposed to be ancient as hell.
We just saw that though.
Hmm?
We just saw that how he became. That is the prequels.
Oh.
But maybe like I don't know. I like my favorite thing with stuff
Like
is
Dark-
kind of like the backstory of the stuff you don't see, and like you read it and like that would make a fucking cool movie. You
Yeah.
know, like why didn't they do that? Like I'd love to see like a TV show like about like Boba Fett. Like
Don't
Yeah.
get me started
The
on
bounty
the
hunter,
animated
Yeah.
series.
it grew on me. The Clone Wars grew on me. I thought at first it was shitty, but there's a couple.
I can't
things-
even get through an
Like
episode.
the way they
now.
look.
I like the animation's okay for me, but I don't know, the storylines are just, oh my God.
No, when they introduced Darth Maul back, it's
Yeah?
pretty cool, man. Yeah.
Maybe I should have stuck with it.
I wanted
but-
to see them do a movie based on Darth Bane, because he was supposed to be a Sith Lord who was more powerful than the Emperor himself. He was able to destroy an entire planet with the Force alone. Basically, he does like this thing where he punches the ground and then the whole planet just explodes
Oh, wow.
using the dark
Fuck.
side of the Force.
That's the thing about Star Wars. Any story could be told. There's like so much stuff. There's so many books. Like after the first movies were made, there's so many books that came out
But that's what
because there's the
expanding
old
it.
Republic and then the new
And
Republic.
this is what Disney needs to do. They need to explore this universe. You know what I mean? Just
really
just
think about it.
yeah, and go in depth on all the characters.
Do not
and
rush it.
throw out comic books. Throw out
which
TV shows
which it
and
seems
movies.
like it's being rushed to me. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
A
I
lot
mean,
of
if
movies
there's
these
anybody
days-
that can pull it off, it's that J.J. Abrams, man.
Yeah,
He can do
like
it.
I said, he did a great like in the first.
What you don't
Podcast.
think that they rushed the second one out? I mean, as soon as the first one was a big hit, they had him working on scripts, and it's only been a couple of years since the first one to this second one.
What with Star Trek?
Star Trek, yeah.
Oh no, yeah, totally. But I think also when you're working on a movie that there's pretty high hopes it's gonna be a hit,
I'm not a
you
Star
already
Trek
are
fan.
getting ready for a second movie.
Yeah, totally.
I myself am not a Star Trek fan, but when I saw the Star Trek movie, I was like, "This is really good."
That's in the last podcast. That's what I was saying. I
Yeah.
wasn't a fan, but like I said, I'm like, the thing about Star Trek that really bothers me the most is the fans of Star Trek.
Oh yeah.
Or Star Trek.
Kirk loving spot suckers.
You know, like, oh my god, have you ever seen Trekkies?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I've
That
seen
kid who's like getting interviewed and his
Yeah.
phone rings. He's like, I don't know who he picked. Like, Devin, you picked the worst time ever. Shut up. And like,
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna get some slacks right now, but that little faggot needs to be shot. I'm sorry.
Wow, you just called him a fag.
For the record,
Threw it out there.
I use the word fag like if I think someone's being an idiot, I'll be like, you're being a fag.
Yeah.
We're
But
not
when I
trying
say
to
faggot,
disrespect
I
the gay
think you're
community.
I think you're gay. I'm not being disrespectful, just edgy. All right. That
A
kid,
little paranoid.
he's the epitome of the kids I wanted to beat up in school.
So
No.
you're a bully, eh?
No, I was a geek though, and to know being a geek,
Yeah.
that there's other geeks that geek too much that you want to beat the crap out
He
of them.
reminds me
Yeah.
of that kid on YouTube, Fred. Have you ever heard of him? Like,
No.
he's this dude. He's kind of tries to be like the nostalgia critic, but basically he speeds up the vault. I mean, like the vocal.
We'll bleep out a nostalgia critic after we're not giving him free press.
He basically speeds up the audio track so that his voice is high and squeaky, and he just rolls his eyes a lot and acts like a retard while talking about movies. And somehow this little bastard has like millions of views on the internet, and it's like, someone fucking shoot him and put him in his place.
Yeah, I retract my statement, a faggot, because
Wow, you're doing some backpedaling now. Anyways, let's move on
But
from this.
I just want to say, those fans are what really turned me off.
Yeah,
Yes,
no, I
right?
totally get what you're
It's
saying.
I saw the movie.
It's like, give it a break, dude. It's just a movie.
You know what? Honestly, I didn't even go see the movie.
they make
my
it. They make it
girlfriend-
their life.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, and it's
My
kind
girlfriend
of
had a
pathetic,
pirated
but-
copy, and when we were going to bed one night, and she needs something on to fall asleep. She fell asleep. I watched the movie. I'm like, hey, it's not bad.
What movie is this?
Star Trek,
The new one.
J.J. Abrams one.
It's kind of
The
like
new
Lord of
one, the
Rings
second
movies. They're good movies, but the way I see it, if you can
Couldn't tell you.
if you're starting to speak Elf, like or
Yeah.
or Klingon or whatever,
Oh, that
there's a
you know what,
problem.
that's, by the way, this goes out to people like Darkstone. Why would you want to dress up like a freaking Klingon? Why do you want to speak a stupid? I'm gonna make up a language. It's gonna
Grab some toilet paper and search your wife's anus for some
There's some
Klingons.
Klingons for you. But I'm gonna make up a language. It's gonna be called Brownanese. It's gonna be a combination of Japanese and just.
Christopher Lloyd is a Klingon, Jesus.
But in those movies, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know. But you make up a language. It's an officially recognized language now.
But the way he pronounces it,
Give me a break.
Wow, if it's if they actually spent the time on making this language, I mean, it's official.
Yeah,
it's
but
not
you
a
know what?
language,
It's like.
But it is. I don't know. It's
it's
a little annoying.
It's like the Nord language for that video game Skyrim. They actually made full dialogues of like, and you can actually go and buy books that will teach you how to like speak like basically this whole fake language.
Yeah, and they've done that. They've done. I think they did that in what, Lord of the Rings. There's a
with
language
the Elven
too, and
or
yeah, I mean it happens. But anyways, let's move on from Star Trek because we can spend a long time talking about this.
We'll have a whole.
one side
Podcast
note,
about that.
one thing that ticked me off when I was in the theater to see The Dark Knight Rises, the trailer for the new Star Trek movie coming out was 30 minutes long. That's how long the theater trailer was. And
Maybe it was like a thing like what they did with the Bane scene.
And I was just like, to my mind,
literally 30 minutes, or are
the
you
whole movie?
literally 30 minutes, or you're exaggerating?
Like it was literally like 15 or 30 minutes long. I kid you not. Like it was
Weird.
Giving way too much information.
A lot of trailers do that now. They basically show you the whole movie, and you're like, "Well, thank you. I don't have to pay to watch that now."
Exactly.
But I want to get on to Superman.
Okay.
Are you guys as excited about Superman?
I'm excited, but I'm just worried because I was excited for Superman Returns, and then when I saw that,
Oh wow.
Okay, I'm gonna have to tell you.
I just want to know: are you excited about Superman?
I'm always excited because I
Yes.
love Superman,
Yes.
It's always
I know
a new
you
chance
do.
to see something like reborn. Or,
and I love the fact that the greatest villain ever, General Zod, is
Yeah.
back.
before Zod.
But there's part of me that's like,
You
You were hurt.
Like Superman Returns.
You were hurt
it's
by
gonna hurt
Superman
me. Yeah.
Returns, so
You don't want that kick in the gonads.
Like, I was told by my parents that, I can't remember, my dad told me or my mom, but when I was like 2, I saw Superman 4. I don't remember
Yeah.
it, but I remember later watching the movie, So I up until that point, I never seen Superman
It's kind of like me.
in the theater,
saw
and I
bits
remember
and
being
pieces.
so excited. I remember as a kid being like, Nicolas Cage is gonna be Superman. It's gonna be awesome. Think about that now. If I heard that, I'd be like,
oh my god.
Nicolas Cage is Superman.
yeah. But
Oh, God.
I don't know, man. This one, it's pretty. It looks pretty epic. Like that's all I can
Yeah.
say. And
Apparently, he has a full beard in this one, and that's another thing.
Yeah, they're making it more brooding. They're kind of. He's gonna be in like Smallville, and something happens,
There's
and he's gonna
another
be
topic.
brooding
How
over
does
it.
Superman
and-
shave?
I would think with his X-ray laser. No, I mean his
yeah,
laser.
just use a mirror.
Yeah,
Or that, or
bounce the
maybe-
laser right off a mirror and shave.
Another rumor I heard is that his razor blade is laced with a little bit of kryptonite, so that it just weakens the hair enough to cut. And then another theory
Was that
It's
even
a piece
in
of
a
the ship.
was
And-
even
yeah,
that
a piece
was
of
that in
metal from
a
the ship.
comic book or something?
I don't know. I've heard all of them before.
Yeah.
It's really stupid too because there's these Gillette commercials. How does Superman
Yeah,
shave?
yeah.
And you know what? Whatever. I don't give a fuck. I just want to see Superman fighting a villain.
Yeah.
And don't be overly.
Beat him up with your beard.
Oh, I'm Superman, and everyone forgot about me, and Lois moved on. You disappeared. Of course she moved on. Like, give me a fucking break.
Yeah, but you know what? I didn't feel like, oh my god, this whole movie is about him fucking sucking out. I never thought that once about.
Like Kevin Smith said it. It's like the emo.
And that whole thing
Superman.
with his kid being
Ah.
as
Oh,
asthmatic
and
and
having a
sick as hell.
kid. Having
Yeah.
a kid.
If you ask me, if I was
Listen.
Superman, I would have used my
I
X-ray
didn't mind
vision
that
and looked
that
inside-
much. I really didn't mind it
Listen,
that much.
This is how it should have been. Superman uses his X-ray vision. He looks inside Lois Lane's womb. He sees a little baby growing and flies the fuck out of there.
That's probably what happened. That's probably what
and then
happened.
they're on the Maury show. And
You are the father.
we want to find out with the DNA testing, but
We can't get the
we
needle
can't
in his
get the
arm.
needle in his arm. So.
yeah, so we're just gonna say
Can
you're
we
the
just spit in
father.
this tube for us?
And he's lifting up that piano over there and throwing it. So,
But no,
Oh my lord.
I'm really excited about this new Superman, though. I mean,
Yeah.
they're changing it
From what
up a
I've seen
little
in the
bit.
commercials,
I don't
it
think
looks
he's
like
gonna
something to
be.
look forward to.
I don't think he's gonna be like the newspaper writer Clark Kent or anything like
the
that.
print industry is dead.
Yeah, well, exactly. Well, you can always make him work at Google or something like that.
be a
You know what I mean?
blogger.
He's
He'll
gonna be
be a
a badass
blogger.
hard laborer from the country.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I kind of dig what they're doing with it, and it looks like it's gonna just be action packed. So he's gonna be kicking ass and taking names with
That's all I
Zod, and-
want.
yeah, that's cool.
I also kind of like the fact that apparently this is going to be the kickoff to the DC cinematic universe. Like they're really going to build on that.
The Justice League
So-
movie I heard is gonna be
I've been hearing about Justice League movie since
Yeah.
because the
forever.
Avengers apparently did so well that they were thinking about or
Well, they're
apparently it is
definitely
in the works of writing.
they're talking about it
Yeah.
for sure. They're they're trying to plan something, but I mean, it just doesn't seem like.
But I'm wondering how it's going to work. Is it going to be like Christopher Nolan's Batman that's in the DC, or
No, actually, a report came out saying that that they're not going to use the Christopher Nolan Batman.
Okay.
They're gonna have a totally new Batman.
see things like
Here's
that
the
also
thing.
tick me off.
Yeah, like, you know, like.
It's like that Catwoman.
See, they're
movie.
already
You know
dropping
what?
the ball.
Yeah, let's
They're
just talk
already
about
dropped.
Superman. We haven't seen it. It's gonna be good. You know, I don't want to think about this atrocious JLA movie that will come out.
Yeah.
I like to see.
Scuba diver.
No, but
you know,
what I
like
mean
what,
is,
what do you do with him?
It's like
I was
He's
gonna.
really
I
good
see,
with
I
the
forgot-
harpoon.
I forgot he was. I
he's
forgot
gonna
he
sit in
was.
the water and watch the girl getting raped on the beach, and she's gonna be there, help me, and he's gonna be like, oh, you better stop. You're not gonna like. I can call some fish to my side, and then the guy's just gonna probably like. Then
I can
eventually,
throw a whale at you.
like,
or
help me, you
something.
useless bastard. Then basically Aquaman's gonna be like, well, you probably deserved it, bitch, and swim away.
You know. I was gonna say maybe he'll be like Hawkeye, and they'll just add him into like the actual movie. But then even Hawkeye they introduced in Thor, so
Yeah.
who knows?
But they introduce him in a way so that it's.
What
like,
other characters would they use though? I mean,
wasn't
Well,
there like the
they
Falcon
could-
or something like that, like the black
No,
guy?
The Falcon's. He's actually in the new Captain America coming out.
Yes,
He's
he
a
is.
Marvel character.
yeah.
I would like to see. Yeah, you know what? This will be their like what they did with Avengers. You'll start with Superman, which would be the Iron Man. Then you'll have Incredible Hulk, which will be, you know how they had Incredible Hulk to follow up Hulk. Well, they're gonna have Green Lantern 2 to follow up the first shitty Green Lantern,
Jesus.
where they'll totally
And they'll-
get rid of it. You know what? It's Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
You don't-
I like
alright
him.
kinda
I
job,
think he's
guess.
funny. I just see him as a funny guy. You know, I didn't take him serious. As
Yeah, and he has a new movie coming out this
I
summer.
look at him as Van Wilder.
What is it?
R.I.P.D.
Yes, and that looks like Men in Black with ghosts.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so I don't know how well that's gonna do. I think I'm gonna predict it right here that it's gonna tank
That's another one.
hard. You know, so
Well, I thought The Purge was going to tank pretty hard, and
what is? I'm sorry,
How did
I'm
that do?
forgetting what the Purge is.
That
oh
one
yes,
Ethan
that
Hawke
crime
one.
is
that
legal
Ethan
once a
Hawke.
year.
Yeah, no, that one. It
I-
did pretty good though. you're
well,
saying.
yeah, it opened with like 30 million, but I just was checking, and
That's because there was
It
a
made a lot
dry.
less.
There was a dry period for a couple.
but
of
you know
weeks,
what? It only cost $3 million to make,
but yeah.
and it made
Well, it
30
has
million.
who? Ethan Hawke in it.
Yeah, I like Ethan Hawke. Though.
No, I like him
Training
too.
Day's awesome.
But
Those
you
Paranormal
know.
Activity movies, they went overboard with those. in
Oh my
opinion.
God.
The first one, they should have stopped there.
Well,
We'll
but
talk
they-
about the horror movies another
Yeah,
time, and
they-
how they
they
like,
made
That was
so
the one
much
where, like,
money.
flops.
yeah.
And horror, I guess.
Yeah, but they made so much money that they had to keep on doing, and those are very cheap to make. So
Yeah, I think the budget for the first one was like $5,000 or something.
Yeah.
No,
like
not
that.
$5,000.
Like,
Yeah,
it was
probably
it was
more than that.
$5,000.
It literally was $5,000, and it was an independent film project, and then literally it
that's
got
so
so
stupid.
good that
no, I don't. I think it's probably a little bit more than that. After
I'm not saying that his
maybe to make
answer
it.
of 5,000 was stupid. I was just saying that's stupid how that movie cost so little and made so much fucking money.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, like Blair Witch Project.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
And then like that for the record, that movie, they made it seem like it was a real fucking thing. They did a great job.
Oh, they did, and they
Until
had
the
a
girl-
documentary, like a mockumentary, to go with it, and that made it feel real, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Until
so-
that girl was in the movie Boys and Girls. And I'm like, oh, I guess she didn't really die in the woods.
Yeah, but let's go back in time a little
Wait,
bit.
one more movie I want to say that I'm looking forward to is Red 2.
Oh yes.
Awesome. Like, I wasn't familiar with the comic.
Yeah.
First movie was awesome. That's the thing I find with DC. There are things that people really don't care about,
Yeah.
or like their lesser known titles, they do a great job with.
Yeah.
You know, I thought Constantine was pretty good.
Yep.
I love V for Vendetta.
Oh yeah.
Red was good. You know,
Watchmen.
Watchmen.
Yeah.
Some people really hate that movie.
I know.
I liked it.
I loved it.
I
man.
love it.
The only thing that made me wonder is like this giant blue naked man going through Vietnam and destroying all of them, and it's just like Jesus Christ, and his big wang hanging out.
Yeah, I know. Like some of the things in the movie you look on screen and you're like, oh my god, I don't know if it translated very well on screen, but that comic book was so iconic and amazing, and
I love.
and
the
if he
comedian.
if he wasn't true to the material, then he would have heard, you know,
A
the
lot of
backlash for
bullshit from
years.
fans.
Well, that's what the backlash is, right? You know, like at the end where like it's a attack by Dr. What's Dr. Manhattan, right?
Yeah.
Attack by him, and in the comic it's really like that alien.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
After reading the comic, after seeing the movie, I was like, the alien's stupid.
Yeah.
What they did in the movie was good. And I remember having a debate with a guy who read the comic first. Like,
Yeah.
oh, no, it's not staying to the material. I'm just like, buddy, like, honestly, get a girlfriend.
Not everything
You know?
translates
But at the
very
same
well.
time, sometimes like you have to think of an artist's perspective. When making something, it's like I can either literally plagiarize everything that this artist made, or I can look at his work, be inspired by it, and try to make my own by trying to keep to what he had at the same time.
Yeah.
By the way, we're completely forgetting about Kick-Ass 2.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
Wow. I am really looking forward to that movie.
The first one was
But
really good. Made me
I didn't
laugh
know
my
when
ass
it was
off.
coming out. I had no idea.
The only thing is in reality, a nerdy shit like that ain't gonna get that girl.
I love the first one.
A
The
girl
first
like
one
that
was
that just
great.
wants to throw down all the time, man.
Yeah.
Like bullshit.
August 16th, it's Kick-Ass 2.
August 16th.
Yeah.
That falls under the summer movie blockbusters
Yep.
for sure. And Jim Carrey's going to be in it.
Yeah,
Oh.
Jim Carrey.
And he
coming
looks
off that
pretty
killer,
badass.
that killer performance in
Yeah, that movie tanked big time. The
The Magician one.
The Magician one.
Incredible
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
though? I remember seeing the commercials
It was.
on TV.
It made me
It's-
laugh.
And
It's
I'm
already-
like, it kind of looks funny, but I don't really want to
Yeah.
see it. And then I seen the trailer,
yeah.
and I laughed my ass off. I'm like, that kind of looks good,
Yeah.
but I still didn't see it. So.
Yeah.
I would
and
recommend
I-
it. It's good for like a good laugh. I wouldn't say it's the best movie of the year, but
Yeah. I think it's already coming out on DVD.
Yeah.
It tanked so bad.
Yeah,
just
basically.
a couple that we
like look how long friggin' The Hobbit was in
didn't
the
really.
theater.
Yeah.
That's
That's
another
already
thing
out,
that's
yeah.
coming out this summer. The Hobbit 2,
No,
Demise
that's
of Smaug.
it's in the winter.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
is
coming
it?
out in the winter
Oh,
time.
Some movies were like kind of glazing over here. World War Z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks good.
Monster University.
Yeah,
that
I'm
would be
looking
good,
forward
you
to
know.
taking that, taking my kids to see that.
What else? I'm just looking at a list here. Despicable Me 2. The Lone Ranger.
Yes.
You know
I
what?
saw the commercial for that. And
It looks good.
Yeah.
It looks good, but am I gonna go spend the money? I don't know.
But you know how I feel about the Lone Ranger?
that's another thing too.
For the Lone Ranger, I feel like with Pirates of the Caribbean, right? I'm like,
It almost
kinda
looks the
cool,
same.
but I have no interest.
Yeah.
And then I finally watched
finally
Pirates
watched
of the
them?
Caribbean. I'm
And you
like,
liked it?
oh my god, why didn't I go see this movie? Like, you know.
In theater. Yeah.
But I still have not seen the last Pirates of the Caribbean because
Stranger Tides.
I hate Penelope Cruz. She will turn me off of any movie. I heard she could
Yeah,
be in the
I
next
haven't
Bond.
watched this-
Heard she
the
could be the
third
next
one.
Bond girl. I'm like,
Oh,
I guess I
God.
won't be seeing the next Bond movie.
Yeah, there's something about her. It's just she's a little annoying with
Oh
her
my god,
accent
it's
and
all
everything.
because of the movie Blow.
Oh yeah.
When he's driving her home from the party and she's like going on, what's his name? Joe Young. It's like, what's the matter, Joe? What's wrong with you? Huh? You can't get your dick hard and like stupid shit. Like, I would have.
The last
I would have asked her nicely to get on my car.
The last Pirates movie is pretty good though, like in a sense that you get to see Jack Sparrow slap Penelope Cruz around and call her pretty much a lying whore a lot.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't.
okay,
You know
maybe
what?
It's worth a watch.
I don't really even remember if I watched it or not. That's
It's the one with Ian McShane as Blackbeard. That's another thing. Like all
Ian
the
McShane,
other
the stepdad
movies.
from Hot Rod.
All the other
The-
movies, they basically had paranormal people like Barbosa in his Living Dead crew, and then Davy Jones and his crew of like demon fish or whatever you want to call them. And then for the last one, it's just like, okay, who are we going to get to be our villain? It's like, yes, Blackbeard was known as the devil of the seas, but there's nothing paranormal about him. But yet, they give him a sword, which basically allows him to control people's ships in his own ship. It's like, he pulls the sword out, and all of a sudden, like, the cords of the ropes wrap
Spoiler
around
alert.
people's foots and
Yeah, it's another spoiler
push
alert.
them up.
But you know what? The problem is one of the reasons why I don't remember watching the third part, if I did or not, but I do remember some things that you're saying, is because they have trailers
Yeah.
that are super long. And
Yeah.
it's like you're watching the whole movie. So I don't know if I watched the third one because I probably saw the trailer. And I was like, oh, I don't need to watch this because I've seen the whole movie.
By the way, I think
It's about the Fountain of Youth.
See, that all sounds
Orlando
familiar.
Bloom's character should have been in it, and Keira Knightley's character.
Well, the reason...
That's right,
In a
they're
way,
not.
I like
I
how
know
they-
Orlando Bloom now has Davy Jones'
They
ship.
basically made the
And-
last one so that you wouldn't even need to watch the other three movies to even know what's going on. The only I guess it'd be like you watch the first three, and then it'd be like, yeah, they talk about the chart, which will lead to the fountain. But
Yeah.
basically, the only returning actors is Johnny Depp. and
Wait,
Gibbs.
was the last one the fourth one or the third?
Wait, yeah,
one?
the fourth one, yeah.
So there's been 4.
Yeah, because the third one...
World.
So I have watched 3,
Yeah.
and I just never watched 4.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense now to me.
we also got Grown Ups 2.
Ah, yes.
I think it looks funny.
Yeah, it
I
looks
heard
funny.
there's supposed to be a Step Brothers 2 coming out.
That'd be awesome.
That would be super amazing.
The John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell together are like
Yeah,
a perfect
they're-
combo.
I love John C.
Shake
Riley.
it, bake.
Yeah, shake and bake.
You know?
Yeah, man.
Like
Shake and bake, Dale.
Pacific Rim.
Okay,
Sounds
this
like a porno.
this looks good.
Yeah.
This looks good, but it looks like
Sons of Anarchy and Robots.
yeah, exactly. You got 2 of them, right?
right?
But this could have been Voltron, or it could have been
Why wouldn't they make a Voltron?
it could have been Voltron. It could have been
Power
friggin'
Rangers.
Power Rangers. It could have been Godzilla.
Yeah.
It could have been anything. I mean, I don't know. I go back to what's the movie with Wolverine fighting robots? What's that one called again?
Real Steel.
Real Steel.
Oh.
That could have been could have been Rock'em
I didn't see- no, Sock'em Robots.
That's- you know what?
Sock'em Robots.
I didn't see that one.
Smurfs 2.
Yes.
Kids
Yeah.
are gonna want to see
Oh,
that.
It's
kids
like
are gonna
Gargamel finally eats one.
Yeah, like
I don't know
Or
what they're gonna do, but apparently there's another girl in the Smurfs in this second one.
Well,
There's
there
like a
is
brunette.
another
if
girl.
you think about it, the
there is
Smurfs are
another
tired
girl
of
on the
sharing
show.
Smurfette.
Well, obviously,
She's
but
probably riddled.
Oh, I smurfed her good. Actually, yep. Talked about it earlier. The next Percy Jackson,
Yeah.
Sea of Monsters. That
Yeah,
comes out
that's what it
August
is.
7th. And yeah, that looks.
like
Yeah.
about it
Yeah, there's a bunch here, but none that really
sticks out.
stick out. Yeah.
Now, how about a trip back in time to some older classics?
Oh wait, question: does September still count as summer movies?
I wouldn't call it.
Well,
summer
for
movie.
Labor Day weekend,
That's fine.
there
Anything-
is. It says Riddick, so I wonder if that's like another
It's another Vin Diesel
Vin
movie.
Diesel.
Because I read something about his trailer debuting or something. So
Oh, and the week after that is Insidious Chapter 2. Have you seen Insidious, that
Yes.
horror movie?
no.
Yes.
Literally scared the shit out of me.
I kid you not, there's this demon that looks like Darth Maul in the dark, and have you ever heard that song Tiptoe Through the Tulips?
Yeah.
Basically, it'd be like picture you wake up in the middle of the night, 3 in the morning, you hear that blasting, and then you just see this demon that looks like Darth Maul coming at you.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2 is actually coming out in September also.
Wow, a lot of these kid movies they're
Yeah.
like coming out with sequels and
It's one thing I noticed is basically CG films in general have skyrocketed because if you think about it, those are the best films to see in 3D at the theater.
yeah.
And like they have
And everybody will go watch them
and they
in
have
3D.
introduced a lot of adult humor into these films. Like it's like yes,
But why haven't they made an adult
Yeah,
CGI movie? You know what I mean?
I guess
like
the
a Marvel
closest-
movie.
The closest thing I could think of would be Beowulf.
Yeah, but I would like to see a Marvel movie or a DC
Yeah.
movie, all CGI.
It's kind of like have you heard of the God of War game?
Yeah,
I would love to see a CG movie of the God of War games. Like, I think it's got a perfect storyline and enough I guess, ground and foundation to build a great plot for a really successful movie franchise.
The only problem with that is then they'll say, well, why don't we just do another game? Because those games are like
That's
movies.
true.
They're when I play a game like that, I feel like I'm watching a movie.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you get annoyed and you want to
Yeah.
throw and smash the controller, but
Oh, Gamer's Rage, I've had that many times, breaking a controller.
Just one movie coming out in October that I kind of look forward to is Sin City.
oh yes, that's right.
A
Yeah,
Dame to Kill For.
yeah.
So
that's
that'll probably
that's been in the works for a while too.
You know.
And Mickey Rourke's coming back.
I remember the director
I
who
love
made,
Mickey Rourke.
what was it, Spirit or something like that? Or
Spy Kids.
No,
No,
it was kind
Spirit.
of like Sin City, but it was, I think it was
was
called
the Spirit.
or something
It
like
was
that.
a horrible
The
bomb.
Spirit. That wasn't by Robert Rodriguez.
He produced it.
Did he?
It was.
You know what? I've still never seen it.
I looked, like, when I first heard about it, I heard it was supposed to be great, and then I watched it, and I was just like, what the hell was that?
Yeah, that was Frank Miller directed it. It was his directorial debut.
Okay.
But Robert Rodriguez produced it. Probably helped him a lot too with the directing.
Well, Frank Miller actually was special guest director in the first Sin City.
Yeah, that's right.
So
That's right. So was Tarantino.
Yeah.
Tarantino helped out somewhere.
the first Sin City was pretty epic.
Yeah. But yeah, let's go back in time and talk about like summer movies that have come out in the past.
Yeah.
Like the one that sticks out, the one that probably, started the whole summer movie craze is Jaws.
Yes.
I love that movie. It's a great movie, man.
That was a bit before my time.
Yeah, it's a bit before my
But,
time
yeah,
too.
My
I
mom
I've
saw that,
seen it.
I kid you not, 15 times in theater.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. But
She saw
fuck,
The
that-
Exorcist 33 times.
And it keeps getting funnier every time she sees it. But,
Not the deal, you're working with a professional here.
yeah, Jaws, pretty epic movie. I just watched it recently, not too long ago, and, like, this holds up. Even with that shitty shark. Like, have you ever seen the making of how bad that shark was?
And it didn't
how-
work all the time.
And how good
It
it
basically
ends up being?
He had
I
three
know.
sharks, and two of them, one sank to the bottom of that harbor, and I think they couldn't get it back or something like that. And another one leaked and destroyed the mechanism on the inside, so that the shark didn't work to what they wanted it to. Originally, it was going to be you would always see the shark swimming up to the person, but basically because it malfunctioned, he switched it so that it would be the camera. As the shark's
Which
vision,
I think is better.
Which really is what made that movie
Yeah.
take off.
That's like Evil Dead. What you never see the thing chasing them,
Yeah.
but
It always
You
makes it
see
more
it going,
scarier
and
when
then
you
you're
don't
like,
see
"Run, bitch, run!"
Yeah, so that I would say that kicked off the summer.
definitely Jaws. I've heard it's like
Have
the
you seen the
original
new-
blockbuster.
Have you
Yeah,
seen the new
you know.
Evil Dead?
No, I have.
I have.
I have not.
Liked it in a way,
I
but at
liked
the
it.
same time, I was kind of like, I liked the whole twist they threw onto
Yeah.
it. Like, I don't want to really be the spoiler alert kind of thing, but with the whole thing with Ash not being really Ash, it being his sister in the end, who's like the...
Well, he's not even Ash, that guy that
Yeah.
you think is Ash. His name's not Ash or
Yeah.
nothing, you know?
Basically, like the whole time, the person you think is going to be Bruce Campbell, in the end, it's really this woman.
Yeah. From what I heard of that is that they're not going to have an Ash because they're eventually going to intertwine the two movies.
Yes. They're
So,
going to have
gonna
Army
have a
of
new-
Darkness 2.
Which will be
Okay.
after.
Ash.
Yeah, but they're going to have like a couple more of these new Evil Deads
Yeah.
and then have Army like.
And then
Intertwine it.
intertwine the two universes, yeah.
That's
what
one
I
case
heard.
when a remake is really cool because the original filmmakers are still taking part in it.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. I really do want to see it. I just haven't seen it yet.
It's awesome.
It kind of reminds me in the sense of like that Cabin in the Woods one. I didn't like that only because it's like they basically took 13 ghosts and Evil Dead and put them in one.
Yeah. I never watched that movie, but the new direction, this new remake of Evil Dead, I was digging it, man.
Yeah.
I haven't been scared in a horror movie in a long
For a
time.
while.
And that movie
When
really
it showed
scared
that
me.
girl's face coming out of the floorboards,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
that's
It
seen-
brought
that's
me
seen-
back to the original.
Yeah,
you
I've
know?
seen it in the original.
Yeah. But
another like summer movie, like I want to think back on, is like hearing about it and
Piranha
like can't
3D.
waiting, like never even hearing that it was being made and then going. I remember going. I don't even know if it came out in the summer. I'm pretty sure it did though, but I just remember going and seeing the trailer for the first Ninja Turtles movie, and just being like, I can't wait to see this movie.
yeah, I don't think it came out in the summertime.
Maybe it was the summer when I saw the trailer, but I just remember that trailer.
I think it was in the fall.
Wicked.
I believe it was in the fall, but I don't think it was summertime. I mean, I was like 12 or 13 when that came out, so I have a pretty good memory of it. But yeah, that was exciting to go watch. But we were talking about this earlier. Batman.
Yeah.
Batman was like, oh my god.
I remember my cousin, because it was his birthday, because that movie came out June 19th, I'm pretty sure, because I have the comic and it says the release date on the back.
Yeah.
And my cousin's birthday is June 24th, and he went to see it, which my aunt and uncle never brought me along, which I never understood and kind of resented them for a long time. But he kind of spoiled a lot of things for me. And then I was like going into like, oh, he told me, but like coming out of it being like, that was like, at the time I remember thinking, best fucking movie I ever seen. Like, I'm 5 years old. It's the best fucking thing I've ever seen. So good, like, so well directed, like, just,
not to mention Jack Nicholson.
Oh,
Jack Nicholson, yeah.
He
stealing the movie.
Stole
Amazing.
that role, kind of like Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
That's why there's no comparison between the two, because they're two totally different Jokers.
Yeah.
And they're too awesome.
One basically...
Two awesome Jokers, yeah.
And even in the old show, Cesar Romero's Joker is a fucking awesome Joker.
It's like, it's almost like, how can you go wrong with the Joker?
Even,
but I'm pretty sure it could happen.
Or even Mark Hamill in...
they've done it.
In Arkham Asylum.
In an animated... Well, Mark Hamill, he's
His
got the
voice is
animated
so
series.
distinct, yeah.
Perfect.
As
But
Joker.
there was that new animated show, The Batman.
Yeah,
with
it
the
wasn't
Joker had
him.
like dreadlocks and everything. Like, what the fuck is
Yeah,
this?
they fucked up with
You
that.
That was horrible. That when the show was coming out, I'm like, oh, Batman show, I'll watch it. And then I saw what the Joker looked like. Completely turned me off.
Yeah, and that was a good cartoon. It was just the Joker was kind of shitty.
Yeah.
You know, he looked like a Rastafarian.
And the Riddler looked like Rip It Back.
He basically smoked a very bad joint instead of falling into a chemical patch.
Yeah, it was weird. But let's go a little bit further back before Batman. Was there any other, like, I'm pretty sure there was, but anything else that you can remember? I mean, Star Wars came out.
Yeah, but I wasn't even alive when.
No, I know. I'm just going through the history a little bit.
Yeah, you had Star Wars.
Conan the Barbarian.
Conan.
Was Conan?
I'm pretty sure because Conan was really big at the time.
Yeah.
The first Terminator wasn't really hyped. But
That's another one.
The
first
one.
Terminator was in the summer?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Hey everybody, did you ever want to tell your boss to take this job and shove it? Well, now you can. If you go over to heavymentaldesigns.bigcartel.com, you can make that shirt. You can parade yourself into work, show it off to your boss, and get shit canned. That's right, because over at Heavy Mental Designs, you can make any shirt that you can think of. That's right, any shirt. They also make shirts for your soccer team, for your chess team, for your orgy team, whatever type of shirt you want. Just go over to heavymentaldesigns.bigcartel.com. Now, that's not all. They also sell comics and collectibles. Whoa, did I just blow your mind? Well, over at heavymentaldesigns.bigcartel.com, they will blow your mind.
All right, so we had the Star Wars. It was E.T. a summer blockbuster.
I think,
I think so.
Yeah, I remember seeing that around Halloween though when I was.
You know what? My internet is really not working too great right now because I'd be looking this stuff up.
Yeah.
But Terminator 2.
Terminator 2 was.
I know that was a summer movie.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I remember
I didn't like the first one too much.
I love the first one. I'd rather watch the first one than the second one.
I think it's
like
Oh yeah.
So good.
But the second one is it just takes it to another level
Yeah.
too. So it's awesome.
I
Third
think
one
the
is
second
where
one
it
was
kind of
great because it was like groundbreaking visuals at the time.
yeah, and the third one is where it kind of comes off the tracks
Oh,
a little
God.
bit.
It's the story, and this is James Cameron at his best. He wrote that movie and everything. He stole the idea of Terminator from the Outer Limits TV show.
Mm-hmm.
That's why at the end of it, it's like we like to honor the works of, I forget the guy's name, but he did 2 episodes of the Outer Limits.
Yeah.
Which are exactly fucking the story of the first Terminator.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
You know? So that's why a lot of hatred for me towards James Cameron. That and Titanic
That
is
he's
fucking awful.
That
That's
he's
another
a
thing I noticed.
plagiarist.
Arnold
Yeah.
That's why you
Schwarzenegger
hate him?
movies. He did a bunch of great ones, and all of a sudden, like, not that they were bad. It's just like you see him doing Conan, you see him doing this, and you see him doing that. And then all of a sudden, Twins, and then
Well, that was just I remember as a kid
Junior.
hearing about like he just wanting to kind of go a different direction.
like him and
like,
Danny DeVito all of a sudden pair up.
yeah.
Well, he was having fun doing
First of
those
all, Twins
movies,
is
too.
awesome.
Twins
You
is
can't-
awesome.
You cannot.
But
hate on
a
Twins.
summer movie, Predator wasn't no.
I'm pretty sure all Arnold's movies were like summer blockbusters. 'Cause
Conan was
I wish we
fun.
had that internet working, man.
my battery just died on my
Jesus
laptop.
Christ. Anyways, let's move on to movies that we know that are summer fucking blockbusters.
The
And
Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
One of the most overhyped movies that completely delivered
Oh,
on
absolutely.
every scale.
I
Like
thought you were gonna go a different
no,
way there
like
for a second.
like amazing. Like
Yeah.
I heard things they
I
did.
would say this. I would agree with you, but at the same time, I would have to say, one thing that kind of got me is that, basically, the whole like thing like with how like in the original Batman thing, like the whole thing with the Joker being the one who killed
Yeah.
Batman's parents, and like the whole hey kid, have you ever seen the devil dance in the pale moonlight?
Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah.
Like I like that, and I wondered why they didn't keep to that.
See, well, when you like that, so many people hate that
Yeah.
because Joker didn't kill his parents
Oh.
in the comics, and the guy in Batman Begins, Joe Chill, is the
Is
guy
the
who
guy.
killed his
So it's
parents.
more true
So,
to the comics.
yeah. But
so that's why it kind of works.
the opening alone for the Dark Knight.
But
is,
even then, it's
awesome.
still a great freaking movie.
yeah.
Another movie I would
I
say that was
guarantee-
extremely overhyped and delivered, in my opinion, is Avatar.
We're not talking about that. Right now.
That's
That
not a
was
summer.
not a
That's not a
summer
summer
movie.
movie.
And
I thought it did come out in the summer.
no, it came on the winter.
Like
Oh.
That's
Christmas
what
release.
that's what hack directors do. They bring their movies out at times and nothing else comes out, so they look really big. Yeah, Tyler Perry talking to you. But
Medea, Harry Deer.
I swear to God, I've never seen an ad for a Tyler Perry movie in my life. But
Me
then I
neither.
look at like box office and his movies are like number one. I'm like,
Tyler Perry.
Hey,
Who is
listen,
this
listen.
guy?
Without getting racist or anything, I mean, black people love the guy. You know what I mean?
not
And they-
racism.
And they love, and they.
It's black humor in a way, like not,
yeah.
like
you
I-
don't
like-
get it
like
because
you
you're
said,
a white boy.
Not
you know
to be
what I mean?
racist, but it's like if you grew up, I guess, in those circumstances, like ghetto-ish, or maybe like that black culture, like a lot of the jokes would be
The
like.
expressions viewed by Brandon Carrier are not. I'm just kidding. You know what? Yeah, that's how it is. It's it's like
Well, it's like anything. I mean, there's
You know.
Asian movies and there's
no,
now
like
there's
I was
you know
gonna say there's movies that we think are funny that
look at the
black guys, black people, as you're saying, probably think we're fucking idiots for liking. So
Yeah, well, and like India has like besides
Bollywood, we
yeah,
think
besides
it's all
Hollywood,
horrible.
Bollywood is
And,
like the biggest
yeah.
thing out there. So
You know,
they're making millions and
just think about like a movie like American Pie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like that, that's huge, but maybe, black guys, Chinese guys, Indian guys.
They're not
really
going to get that. They're not going to care. They're
Like,
not-
think about the last American reunion when it's like, fucking, they'd be like, fucking idiot white boys shit in their fucking cooler. Like, they don't think stuff like that's funny. I don't know.
yeah.
Not to say, like, there's
But
not,
everybody's got
there's not movies with black casts that I don't enjoy. Friday's
yeah.
like one of my favorite movies
Friday
ever.
was-
And,
the only,
Death in a
the only
Funeral.
black cast movie
Awesome.
I thought was like, why the fuck was this made? Was The Wiz.
That will be another topic because The Wiz.
Yeah, let's get off of this this topic.
But to go back to the Dark Knight about being an overhyped, I heard things at like comic conventions, they had like vans pull up outside.
Yeah.
Where like a guy, like you could just barely see through the tin windows, like look like the Joker inside.
Really,
just
eh?
sat there doing nothing and then left.
Wow.
And they had like something like dollar bills with like the Joker smiles put on them, like circulating throughout the thing and stuff. So some really cool like viral
Advertising,
tactics.
yeah.
I remember like
There's a
the sites
website.
you
Yeah.
go and then like a couple days later it's gone.
Yeah.
You remember that first picture revealed of the Joker where it's just his face?
Yeah, behind the glass kind of.
No, it was just his face. It's like his lit, like from chin to forehead. You can't even see his hair or
Yeah.
anything. And that was like revealed through a viral thing. And then there's like the I Believe in Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
So good, man. And
Yeah.
they did those newscasts that they used
Yeah.
to post.
Yeah,
They
that's
off
even,
the-
they even look
they're on
like
the
real
DVD.
convincing
Yeah.
newscasts.
Yeah.
yeah, they were very
So
very
good.
realistic.
That's what Christopher Nolan's great at. He can take something that other people will be like, okay, there's no way that would ever happen, or I can't even phantom this happening in reality.
Fathom.
And, yeah. And then he'll take it and make it so that you're like, I believe Batman could be a real character running around
That's
New York.
what I love about like Dark Knight reminds me of Heat, the movie Heat. Like just
Yeah.
chaos.
Yeah, it's chaos.
And it's believable chaos.
Yeah.
That whole scene where the hospital blows up and
Yeah.
just
When he's like-
nuts, man.
I guarantee if someone said in an hour I'm gonna blow up a hospital in Toronto, that quick it would be emptied.
Yeah.
An hour they would have that place empty. I believe
yeah.
that. And
Basically, like, if this guy doesn't die, I will blow up, like, I don't know, Credit Valley Hospital.
that's great.
It's like they don't empty
Well,
it.
it's okay. Only
Yeah.
like 2 people are in there, so who cares?
But yeah, just so good. The car chase,
Oh yes.
when Harvey Dent says he's Batman.
Yeah.
You know? So good.
And the whole
Like,
thing
with
about
the truck and
him making his own luck and everything.
And just the whole interaction with
Yeah.
Joker and Batman.
Because,
Yeah,
like, in the
movie,
older
it's so
Batman
amazing.
movies, like, they didn't give you that look on Harvey Dent. Like, the first one, Harvey Dent's black, and then the next one, it's Tommy Lee Jones, and...
that's such a
The whole yeah.
That's another thing, like, to go back to, like, summer movie, like, to talk about Batman movies, it's like, the first two, they established the villain's origins. Like, they showed you how they became.
Yeah.
The next two, they showed you how one villain became
Yeah.
the villain, but the other one was already there.
Yeah.
And they kind of just
Skipped
glaze
over
over it.
Yeah.
Like, they show Harvey Dent in court getting the acid thrown in
Yeah.
his face.
And the paper didn't burn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the paper didn't burn.
Yeah, he has the paper
But,
there.
and then like Mr. Freeze, they show him in his lab, and he's like,
Yeah. Oh my God,
Chill.
those were just garbage Batman movies.
oh my god,
Can you imagine if friggin'
I can't believe I
Steve
just
Burns
bought
was
yeah. Batman Forever, still because he's involved, it still has a.
That
It's like the guy. It's,
that Tim Burton feel.
yeah, it's a little dark too. Like it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
I like
Um,
Danny DeVito as the Penguin.
Yeah. This isn't being like a homophobe or anything, but they get a homosexual to be the director. He puts nipples on the bat suit. The suits have cracks.
A bigger crotch. all
Their
of a
cod
sudden.
pieces are huge.
Yeah.
Gotham City looks like a homoerotic dream.
Yeah, there's
It's
just
like
big
muscle
muscular
guys.
Muscle
men.
guys.
Like,
Who,
Yes.
who designed this? I want to meet the city planner.
Yeah.
Can we send in the city planner for Gotham? Hello.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
like
sparkling.
gay eye for the straight guy.
yeah, like even like the gangs. Like, why are you wearing neon?
Yeah, I know.
Why is a
And
gang?
matching jumpsuits.
Why is a gang hanging out in a
They all have
bathhouse?
to match.
Why are they hanging
Yeah.
out in a bathhouse? You know, like, ooh, let's go to the Turkish baths.
And it's weird that he introduced Batman and Robin, like Robin to Batman, you know, and that whole
Oh yeah.
people debate.
Well, I know they
on-
wanted Robin from the get-go. Like, on the Blu-ray and the DVD for the Tim Burton Batman,
Because
there's a scene that was cut out that introduced Robin. It's like it's a car chase scene where like Batman's chasing Joker, and Joker ends up killing Robin's family.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cheese. They cut it out, but
yeah.
and then I know for Batman Returns, again there was discussion to put Robin in it, and those scenes got cut to like they got rid of them. So
Yeah.
Now, if you ask me, I think they could have found a better actor than George Clooney for Batman.
That's where they dropped the ball, I think, in most of those movies. Is well, first off, is not getting the right person to play Batman, and second is introducing too many villains.
Yeah. Changing up a main character also, like it goes from Michael Keaton to Val Kilmer to George Clooney. It's just like keep one.
But I also heard they want to do like kind of like a James Bond thing where it's like an honor to play Batman, which is kind of cool. And the reason George Clooney came in is because they didn't. There was they were diving right into the next one, and like they pretty much didn't even tell Val Kilmer like they're getting ready. It's like going to do another movie, you know. Like I don't think Val Kilmer was that bad.
But even the other Batmans, they changed their voices up a bit, and George Clooney just stuck with his voice.
Oh, George Clooney is George Clooney in that, like,
Yeah.
you know, like,
Yeah, so clearly.
hi, Freeze.
Yeah.
I'm Batman.
Will you help me?
This is why Superman works alone. Like,
Yeah.
you know, that goes into the biggest disappointment of a summer movie. I remember being like, oh my god, you know, we got Arnold, he's Mr. Freeze. I'm like, that sounds good
I
to
thought,
me, you
that's
know?
what I thought too, and then when I saw it,
And
I
I'm
was
like,
like, what's
oh.
with all the fucking ice puns? Like, literally, the first 5 minutes of the movie, it's like if there was a pun counter, there would be 30.
Yeah, and his henchmen were like they skated on ice and played hockey and stuff.
Yeah, quite the letdown.
Yeah, very much.
So yeah, let's go into letdowns now.
A lot of them.
Another movie that it's, you know,
Selena Kyle as Catwoman.
that was good. No, Catwoman.
And then
Catwoman,
Halle Berry.
Okay. From day one, I heard about Catwoman. I knew it was gonna be awful. They're not gonna have anything to do with Batman. You know what the best thing on the DVD for Catwoman is? There's a documentary of the history of Catwoman.
Yeah, that's the best thing
Best
about
thing.
the movie.
Best thing. Honestly, other than that, the movie's horrible.
I couldn't even sit through all of it.
It's in my collection because it's a comic book movie, and I have like a comic book movie collection.
Yeah.
That is it. I
Yeah.
don't have any love for this movie at all. Honestly, there was a time when if I couldn't sleep, I put on Catwoman. 5 minutes in,
Guaranteed.
boom, I'm
I
out.
Boom.
mentioned Scarlett
you're asleep.
Johansson, like Wonder Woman with cream.
What's that?
Was it Scarlett Johansson or who am I thinking of? The woman who was like her villain. Like,
Oh, I'm Sharon Stone.
Oh, Sharon
yeah, Sharon
Stone.
Stone.
Yeah. That movie is just horrible all
And I'm
around.
sorry, you put Benjamin Bratt in any movie, and I'm gonna think it's shit.
Yeah.
There's only one movie he's ever been in that I liked, and it's Demolition Man, and that's because he's got a little teeny role.
Demolition Man. That was
That was a good
That was
movie. Awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
Sly, he used to be the summer blockbuster king too, man.
Oh, Judge Dredd. Speaking of letdowns, Judge Dredd. I am the law.
You know, not
I
all
don't know
completely-
why, but all I want to do is knit.
That's Demolition Man, but in Judge Dredd, not a completely horrible movie,
No, there was some good stuff in that.
but apparently what I heard from Judge Dredd is they had two scripts. They were going to do Judge Dredd and Judge Dredd 2.
yeah.
Judge Dredd would have been like introducing him, you know,
Yeah.
establishing this, making
An
all this
origin
stuff.
movie.
Stallone's
The,
good for some
the second
things.
one would have been his old partner coming back, and the movie they made was supposed to be the sequel.
Yeah.
Stallone never really addresses like Judge Dredd in the movie,
No.
and that's one thing I still haven't seen the new one, but everyone says
good.
best part
It's
is
okay for movies
never
like
takes
the
his helmet off.
Expendables.
Yeah. He never takes off his helmet, which is
Yes.
true to the comic.
Stallone is a cliche action star.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
You have him in
Like-
something like The Expendables, then there you go.
And I'm pretty sure that they said, well, we have Stallone, we got to show his face. You know, he's the big star. This new one, they got, who is it?
Carl Urban.
Carl Urban? Yeah.
Yeah.
From Star Trek?
From Star Trek.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And Red.
And Red, yeah. He's awesome. And, I mean, I guess they just got it right. They didn't take off the helmet, which is awesome.
Yeah, and they got like a big enough kind of known guy to play him.
Yeah.
And you know, for a movie that did horrible in the box office, I heard the DVD sales and download sales are actually quite good.
Yeah.
I can't confirm that. Someone told me, and I see that there's a thing online. People like make another one. Like it's supposed to be really good.
I would like to see another one, but I would like to see like this one they stayed in one spot. They were in this one building.
It's probably because they had no budget.
Yeah, the budget was probably small, so they just filmed the whole story and whole movie in this one building, which was cool. It was like that action movie. I don't know the Block or something. I can't remember what it's called, but it's similar to that.
The Cube or
No,
not the Cube.
The Cube is the one when they're like crawling through.
Yeah, no, it's an
That's
action.
a horrible movie.
Asian action movie.
Ah.
But anyways,
kind of like Battle Royale.
yeah, similar, but it all takes place in this one building. But anyways, what I'd like to see in the next one is like a more of a open world, story or
what
something.
does your universe look like, kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another movie that was a disappointment and it came out in May, so I'm going to classify it as summer, is The Punisher, the Thomas Jane Punisher movie.
Yeah.
I remember walking downtown Toronto and I passed, because you know how they got like comic book stores on Yonge Street, you know? And I was going to Grey Region, the one, I don't know if it's still there. I passed by a bookstore and it just happened to have posters up, and there was a Punisher poster for this movie. I never even heard. I'm like, fucking awesome. Then I went home, looked it up. I'm like, fuck, Punisher's coming out. So fucking hyped that they're finally doing a Punisher movie.
Yeah.
Like, to counteract the Dolph Lundgren one.
Yeah.
And I just remember feeling disappointed. Like, I liked the movie, but I wanted to be more violent.
Yeah, it had to be more ultra violent.
And then they did that with the third one.
You didn't basically see the
So
Punisher
violent.
sit until the end.
Yeah, like...
And I liked the third one. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I like it.
The second one, as they
basically
call it.
The only thing that made that movie for me was John Panette.
But then again, then you have the Laundry Day short, which Thomas Jane fucking nails it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But then again, it's the studio,
It's
right?
the studio,
You
and
know?
now
And the writers.
Disney, Marvel has the Punisher rights back, so they want to do something. Yeah, they want to do something different.
I
with them.
don't mind Thomas Jane, and
I would love like an HBO gritty TV show about
he
the Punisher.
totally could be a weekly
That would
1 hour
work.
TV show.
Yeah,
Almost kind of like a cop, kind of
like The
shows.
Wire.
Yeah.
The way if you
Yeah.
ever watched The Wire, I would. I don't know. I think it would be awesome.
It's like what I always said about Batman. Batman could work as a like a weekly show. Like you do like a year one.
Well,
kind
they
of
do
Batman.
that with the animated series. You
Yeah.
know? So of
But
course
like,
it could
yeah,
work.
you know what I mean.
or the
But
Sarah
you-
Connor trial or something like that.
That was a good show. The Sarah Connor. You ever watch that?
Oh, I love that.
It was good, and it just
It
struggled.
it fizzled a little bit.
The thing is,
Where I
it
didn't
was on
care
Fox.
about it.
Fox doesn't really. If
Yeah,
the show
if it-
comes on Fox, it's like the countdown.
If
to
it's on
canceled.
HBO Showtime
Yeah.
or whatever, you know you're gonna get quality fucking
Yeah.
shit. You're gonna get movie quality TV shows. You
Yeah.
know, stuff on TV. It's I don't know. I'll watch it for a little bit, but then it
Today
kind
on
of
TV,
dies off
it's
for
all
me.
like crappy reality shows. And I hate it.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I hate.
Like Dancing with Stars, like this and that. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I know.
What happened to the
Survivor
good old days?
season friggin' 53 or whatever? You know, who knows?
Like, I
Show's
can-
only been on for like 13 years.
Yeah.
Season 28.
Like
Yeah.
I can remember a time where you could literally like watch like like there would be a time where it'd be like you would be flicking through the channels and you'd come across 10 channels with all great shit playing, and then you'd have to keep going back and forth
Yeah, you
because
never
didn't
knew
want
what
to
to
miss
watch
what was on.
before,
Yeah.
like,
You didn't even know what to
PBRs and
watch.
stuff,
It
you
was
know?
all good. Now it's all like you can't find nothing
Yeah.
unless it's like on demand or you have Fiverr Op or the movie channel or whatever.
Yeah, one movie I want to just talk about that was like really bad. Like there's actually two movies I want to talk about. They're comic related, and they were like really bad. And this is back in early '90s, and that would be the Phantom and The Shadow. They both came out around the same time.
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, they were bad.
I can't believe I'm such a fan of Alec Baldwin.
I love
when he's
Alec
on SNL,
Baldwin.
When he's on SNL,
Or in 30
I'll
Rock.
always watch.
30
30
Rock?
Rock, so funny.
He's so good.
When he kind of faded out and started coming back in the movies with small parts.
Gold.
Him and
Awesome.
Beetlejuice.
Gold.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
you
I
know?
love that movie.
But Fun with Dick and Jane. He's
Yeah.
good in
Yes.
that.
Yeah, he's good in that.
The one, I forget.
Road to Providence or something?
No, it's a.
Along Came Polly.
Along Came Polly.
Yeah.
When he's like pissing.
And then rubbing
yes.
Ben Stiller's ear.
Yeah.
So good. He's
Yeah.
so good in that.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And then I think back to The Shadow.
Yeah.
And first of all, I had the Shadow toys before I seen the movie.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember the action figure was so fucking badass.
Yeah.
These two fucking wicked 45s,
Yeah.
man. And like
The
you had
Shadow looked cool.
yeah,
man.
and he had the
looked cool.
cape and you squeeze his legs, it's like boom. Wicked.
Yeah.
Then I saw the movie. I'm like,
Oh,
this
my God.
is fucking dreadful.
Garbage.
Like, you know when you're a kid and you think a movie is shit? It's shit.
Yeah.
Like, honestly,
If
I
you're
watched,
a child
I
watching
watched,
a movie
yeah.
and it's like, this is shit, you know, like, if that director was sitting in front of, like, that child, it'd be like a major fuck you.
Yeah, like, honestly, I watched,
It's like,
like,
mister, your movie sucks.
I watch my son and he'll watch any crap.
Yeah.
And I see sometimes when we're watching something bad and you could tell
When a kid gets up and walks out of the room,
it
Yeah.
sucks.
it sucks.
And
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
It's you know, it's so
You
simple.
know?
that's
But,
another thing I've noticed. Movies
That
back in the
dagger
day,
that bites, the living dagger and it bites his hand. And
people's
Yeah.
attention spans have also shortened
Stupid.
over the years. Because it's like, you look at the old Conan movie. It's really long paced, like there isn't
Yeah.
much
It's a
dialogue.
little
They
slow
it's
here
a
and
little
there.
slow, long
But it's
music,
good.
But it's good. Like, basically those scenes where it'd just be long walking with
You
that
can't
music.
make an action movie like that anymore.
It would be like that like just basically what they're doing as they're walking and not talking. It's like you're supposed to watch what they're doing, and that's filling you in on the story on what's going on. And like you said, you can't do that with action movies
you know,
anymore
that's true.
because it has to be bam, 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 bam,
Look
bam.
at the Conan that they redid.
It's
I mean,
not, you know what?
I
It's
didn't
not.
even like
It's
it.
not even just that. Think about Grindhouse.
yeah.
You had Planet Terror, and then you had Death Proof.
Planet Terror.
Really
Oh, God.
different movies.
But Planet Terror, everyone says was better.
I hated
The
that.
Robert Rodriguez one because it's like action, action, action.
Stripper with a shotgun leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Death Proof was better. It was slower,
Slow.
you know, but it paid
Dialogue.
off, man.
Yeah.
And it was
So
good.
much dialogue.
Yeah, that's the.
But
see,
his
that's
movies
kind of
are like
I
that.
Yeah.
We could do a whole podcast just on Tarantino. You know I love him.
Think about how many
He's
movies of his are
it's just a-
scenes with
have you
people
seen,
just sitting at a table.
yeah,
From
talking.
Dusk Till Dawn, Django Unchained,
Yeah,
Glorious
everything
Bastards.
is about a slow build to
Yeah.
something happening, and
And
that's
then,
what his
and
movies
then all of a sudden,
are.
bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, his movies are just a slow build to something.
I don't
Big.
know. I don't
And
know if it's
Robert
his
Rodriguez, I don't
directing
know if
or
it's him.
like he's a brilliant director, a brilliant writer, and it's just like I don't know, like if it's just he has luck finding the right actors or like he just always pulls it off in a
And
way.
people
Dusk
love
Till
him.
Dawn, though,
Everyone wants to
confused
work
me.
with him.
It seems like
That's
it's going to
crazy.
be like you're not sure what's going on.
What are you saying? Dusk Till Dawn. Are you? That's Robert Rodriguez. He directed that.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
that was Quentin Tarantino.
no, he's in it.
Oh, okay.
He's in it. He
Yeah.
acted in it. But yeah, no, I'm a big fan of Quentin Tarantino.
And I like Robert Rodriguez. I'm just comparing the two movies.
To be
No,
honest,
I know.
thought-
I like Planet Terror.
And
I
the-
thought
but-
it was awesome.
Yeah, but
But-
that's my way of comparing like, you know.
I,
Robert
it was
Rodriguez
good,
has
but
got,
I
like,
thought
a
it was
newer
little,
style.
like corny, like you know what I mean, like.
Well, yeah, they're
like
meant
that dude
to.
at the beginning. I want your balls or something
They're
like
meant to-
that.
they're
Yeah,
meant to be
no,
like
but
that.
what you were about to say is right. I mean, that's a perfect example
Yeah.
of showing you people that the audience changing over
Yeah.
the years.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you could sit down and watch a slow movie and be like, "Oh, that's a fantastic movie."
Yeah.
Now a lot of people watch slow movies. They're, "Oh, that's too slow. That movie, I can't watch
Like,
it."
I bet
If you take a movie like Django Unchained and then put it, say, back in the 70s, like the way it was written today, I bet a lot of people would probably be like, holy shit.
Yeah, that was a fast-paced movie.
But there are like
Like people would
old
probably be,
Django movies, like old westerns.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that all I was saying is like, you know, Robert Rodriguez is different. They're two different type of filmmakers.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see too, like you said, in Sin City they both directed. I can pretty much tell if I had to guess. I don't know which ones they did, but you can watch it and be like, okay, this is probably Quentin Tarantino doing this one.
Mm-hmm.
This part, this is, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Robert Rodriguez is like the new, like younger people that like they want action. It's just, think
non-stop action.
Think about the first Star Wars that everyone praises. What the fuck happens in that movie?
The first Star
Nothing.
Wars movie,
Nothing.
in my opinion, is shit.
Exactly.
See, this is the new
This is the younger
the new
generation.
audience.
In my opinion, it doesn't get good until you basically see Vader, and even then, it's shit.
But Vader is like pretty much almost at the beginning, isn't it?
Yes,
It's
but
at the beginning.
It doesn't get to. So once they get to the Death Star and they're running around shooting people, that's when people get into it because it's kind of exciting. From there, they go to the big battle.
I love it all. I love
think
it all.
my favorite movie for the Star Wars ones, I think it might be either The Empire Strikes Back, or it might be the.
That is my favorite
or the
one.
third one. I'm not
Empire
sure.
Strikes Back is my favorite one too.
Yeah.
That's
the one with Luke's hands
It's
cut
so
off.
it's so dark. I love it.
The perfect.
That's my favorite one.
The perfect trilogy.
Yeah.
For like a second movie in a trilogy.
Yeah.
Perfect. Like.
Well, that trilogy basically is the first trilogy, right?
Yeah.
That we've all seen, and it maps out the trilogy perfectly. I mean, the first one introduces the characters. It's a slow build to some action at the end. And then the third
trilogy's
one
supposed to be like one whole movie, so each movie's the 3 acts, right?
Yeah.
Your beginning, your middle.
I
your
thought it
end.
was funny how basically the only, if you think about it, like yes, there are some of those actors from the Star Wars that are still doing things today, but basically the only two who really went on to be really big were James Earl Jones,
who's already big,
and Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's funny though. Mark Hamill's made like quite the living doing voiceovers.
Like Leia.
And
I don't
after
feel
the
sorry
first-
for him
And
at
after
all.
the first Star Wars, did a ton of movies.
Yeah.
The actress
Like
for
there's a
Leia.
movie, I don't know if you guys ever seen it, Corvette Summer.
Oh, yeah, I've heard
It's
of it.
one of my favorite
I've never
movies
seen it,
with
but I've
Mark
heard of it.
Hamill. Basically, the movie is he's in high school. He's in his high school shop. His teacher has a car, and it's what they work on. It's a Corvette. It gets stolen. He goes on a mission to find it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much that's your movie. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know, he did well.
Yeah, and
Carrie
he did.
Fisher,
He was
she
a
did
voice
well.
actor too.
She did well too.
She
Yeah,
did.
she wrote a lot of
alright,
stuff.
Yeah,
but like
she's
you
a
see her
writer.
in the odd thing here and there, but she's mostly
She got an
a writer.
Academy Award. I think.
Have you
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
seen? She did really well. There was a show that came out. It was actually really well. I watched it when it was on. It was called On the Lot, and basically what they did is they took, I think 40 of the people who did basically a contest where they would send in a short film. And then DreamWorks watched all kinds of films, hundreds and thousands of people applied, only 40 were chosen, and basically it was
Yeah, I
kind of a
remember watching
contest.
this.
And
This was really good.
And then at the end of the whole series, the director who won, or the last director standing, would get a $2 million contract for DreamWorks Studios to be one of their new directors or whatever.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to the winner. I wonder if he went on and he actually did make the movie.
To be honest, I would have to look
And,
that up.
yeah, we'd have
It's
to
like
look
that
it up.
Project Greenlight with Matt and Ben.
Yeah, totally.
Whatever happened with that?
We should wrap this up though,
Oh,
because we are going a little long. I know there's so much
Yeah.
more
I
to
feel like
talk
we haven't
about.
even got started. But so you
Yeah.
know.
So I mean, what was the Facebook page called again?
That's Hydra Studios, and you can also follow us on Twitter at Hydra.
At
All right.
Hydra, perfect.
And I guess you can follow us on at
WGC Network on Twitter, and is it just When Geeks Collide on Facebook?
just
I don't know.
when.
You
No, it is.
made it, man.
It is When Geeks
And
Collide on
we're on
Facebook.
YouTube also. When Geeks Collide.
And if you want to contact us, we have an email.
Yeah, it's whengeekscollide@hotmail.com.
Yeah.
And watch Hydra Studios. You'll see posters and things that I'll be creating for When Geeks Collide.
Nice.
And some Death Proof stuff he's gonna be
And
working
Death
on.
Proof. I'll be working on belts, costumes, basically anything they need.
And there's a Death Proof show coming up July
July
7th in Etobicoke, Toronto.
55 Dundas Street.
There's going to be blood, sweat, and alcohol.
And some naked women.
Yeah,
And also,
like
you know
tits.
what? You know what? I'll give a little plug too to June 29th at Club 77 in Hamilton, Alpha One Wrestling. I'll be on. Don't exactly know what I'm doing. I might be wrestling Johnny Wave. Who knows? But that's a good one too.
Yeah.
You'll probably be there. You can come check it out.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll check it out.
Yeah. And
Check
all right.
out the Shake and Bake team.
yeah. Well,
Yeah. Well,
left of us.
that's all for this week, and keep on tuning in.
Yeah.
Stay posted.
Ah, he's right, you know.
Sit, boo boo, sit. Good dog.